Catch me if you can.
Come down, Grandpa. Auntie Jules, Uncle CJ and Josh had gone out for the day, so somebody else was making the guests' breakfast. Miss Smiley.
Good morning, Grandpa.
Morning.
Eggs, bacon, sausages, hash browns.
Grandpa wasn't listening. He was looking very confused.
The table's in a different place, and the kettle and the toaster and Wolfie. And what's Gordon doing on the table? What have you been up to, Miss Smiley?
I've changed everything around to make cooking easier for Jules and CJ. I know what I'm doing when it comes to kitchens, Grandpa. It looks almost as good as my cafe.
Did they ask you to change things?
Oh, no. It's going to be a nice little surprise. It looks much, much better.
Yes, today Miss Smiley was making changes for the better.
In fact, I'm going to Mr. Whoops's toy shop this morning to make some changes there too.
But the toy shop doesn't need changing. We love it how it is, don't we, Elsie?
It's the best toy shop in the world.
Oh, don't worry. I'm only going to move things around a bit to make things safer. Then maybe Mr. Whoops won't have so many little accidents.
Perhaps I should come and help you, give you a hand.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Grandpa. But I don't think you'd be much help.
Miss Smiley put 3 yummy breakfasts into Upsy Downsy.
Elsie could come, though. But you'd better stay and have a little lie down. I'll go upstairs and serve the guests. Then we can get going, Elsie.
What if Mr. Whoops doesn't like the changes? What if they make him have more little accidents? I think Miss Smiley needs stopping.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa.
Catch me if you can.
You know what happens when Grandpa shrinks. He can run and jump about all over the place. Sometimes he flies around in Jason's toy plane. Or he drives his little car. Or he climbs into the Sunny Sands train and chuffs about. But today he was here.
Elsie, open the door!
On Gordon, the toy seagull, and off he flew.
Where's Grandpa? I didn't mean for him to go for a lie down straight away. Oh, he hasn't even touched his breakfast.
So, I went with Miss Smiley in Mr. Whoops's car, and Grandpa flew on Gordon the seagull. And because Miss Smiley and Mr. Whoops are now married, Miss Smiley has her own key to the toy shop. What's that?
It's a jukebox. It plays all your favourite songs. Isn't it beautiful?
While Miss Smiley was looking at the jukebox, Grandpa flew in. Can I have a go? Please, Miss Smiley.
Oh, well, not now, dear. I need to move it first. It's in the way here, and Mr. Whoops will bump into it. Right.
Grandpa stood by the sweet jars and watched Miss Smiley move the jukebox. He wasn't happy. Then she said,
Now, let's change the sweet jars. If we put them on a lower shelf, they'll be easy for Mr. Whoops to reach.
Any moment, Miss Smiley was going to see Grandpa. He had to find another place to hide. So he jumped down and climbed up the toy shelves. And then Miss Smiley said,
Now, let's change the toy shelves.
Miss Smiley, they might be there for a reason.
Oh, it'll be fine, dear. So they're not so jumbled up. and Mr. Whoops can find things more easily.
I couldn't do anything to stop her. Luckily, Grandpa escaped.
Oh, that was close.
Soon, Miss Smiley had put all the toys onto the sweet shelves and all the sweets onto the toy shelves.
I think the changes look great. I'm sure it'll be much safer for Mr. Whoops.
But Grandpa didn't think so.
Now, we're going to go into the storeroom to make some changes there too. Mr. Whoops is always having little accidents in there.
So I couldn't talk to Grandpa. Then, who turned up?
Whoops!
Mr. Whoops.
Oh, how could I be so clumsy?
Oh, Mr. Whoops, my lovely jubbly hubby.
What's all this? The jukebox has moved. And the toys are where the sweets should be. And the sweets are where the toys should be. Who did that?
I did. Do you like it?
No, I don't. I don't like it at all. It all has to go back where it was.
Oh, don't do that, Mr. Whoops.
The jars should be near the counter so I can weigh the sweets. And the toys should be over here so the children can play with them.
I was only trying to make things safer for you, so you wouldn't have more little whoops. Accidents.
Well, it hasn't worked.
Well, that wasn't my fault.
Oh, but it was.
Miss Smiley, I've done what you wanted.
Thank you, Elsie. Come and see what changes we've made in the storeroom.
You've changed my storeroom. Just because we're married doesn't mean you can change everything. Not my storeroom. Anything but my storeroom.
At last, I could talk to Grandpa.
This is worse than I expected. We can't have Miss Smiley and Mr. Whoops falling out.
But how can we make them be friends again?
I've got an idea, but I'm going to need your help. First of all,
I want everything in the storeroom changed back to how it was.
Don't be a silly sausage.
Me? A sausage? I am not a sausage. And I'm definitely not a silly sausage. You're a bossy banana.
Me? A bossy banana? But I don't even look like a banana.
Excuse me.
Well, you're bossy enough for a banana.
Please, can I...
Bananas are not bossy.
Sausages aren't silly.
Please, can I have a go on the jukebox?
What?
Well, yes, of course you can, Elsie.
Just put a coin in, dear.
And choose a song.
While Miss Smiley and Mr. Whoops were busy being cross, Grandpa ran up to the jukebox and jumped inside. I put the coin in and pretended to choose a song.
Teamwork, that is what we want to see. Teamwork, oh yes we do. Teamwork, that's the way it's gotta be. Teamwork for me and you. When things are tough and you're falling out, don't call each other names and don't you shout.
You can't go on feeling angry forever.
It's so much better when you do things together. Teamwork, that is what we want to see. Teamwork, oh yes we do. Teamwork, that's the way it's gotta be. Teamwork for me and you. Teamwork, that is what we want to see. Teamwork, oh yes we do. Teamwork, that's the way it's gotta be. Teamwork for me and you. Teamwork, that is what we want to see. Teamwork, oh yes we do. Teamwork, that's the way it's gotta be. Teamwork for me and you. Teamwork for me and you. Teamwork for me and you.
Whoops! I'm sorry I called you a bossy banana.
And I'm sorry I called you a silly sausage, my lovely jubbly hubby.
Ah, wonder wife of mine.
While Miss Smiley and Mr. Whoops were making up, Grandpa jumped out of the jukebox. His job was done, and it was time to go home.
Oh, You know, now I think about it, I'm sure I could get used to the changes.
You're just saying that to be kind, Mr. Whoops. Now I think about it, I can see that things should go back where they were.
Really? Oh, I am glad. I'll help you.
So we started putting everything back. Grandpa had landed in the courtyard. He took off his cap and came back to his normal size. Now all he had to do was to put the kitchen back the way it was. Then I came home.
Elsie, did everything go all right after I left?
Yes, I'm so glad Miss Smiley and Mr. Webb's made up.
Me too. We did it together, as always.
Teamwork.
Grandpa, you're up and about, I see, and undoing all my changes.
Oh, and I thought maybe CJ and Jules wouldn't like it, so perhaps it's best to ask them first.
You're so right. Now, can we try again with breakfast? Eggs, bacon, sausages, hash browns.
Sounds good. I'll help. Teamwork, that is what we want to see. Teamwork.
How funny! Well, we were listening to that song in the toy shop earlier, weren't we, Elsie?
Yes, that's my favourite song.
Mine too.